And what happened to Animoto? So I told you that in April they were using about 80 servers. They launched a Facebook application. Can you imagine? You log in on Facebook. You have a good friend which has just been to a holiday in Bali, let's say. And you know that he's a super smart guy, but he's not exactly the best video editor or video producer that you ever met, right? He doesn't know how to edit a video. And you see this stunning video of pictures of Bali and beautiful music, etc. And then you say, how did he do this? And then at the end of it, you see, made by Animoto, because he was using the free version. So 30 seconds and then a little logo at the end of it. You click on Animoto and then, oh, wait, I can do this for my trip to Venice. And beautiful pictures and Bocelli music. Or maybe my Metallica concert, and then I will just use some very hard rock music and then beautiful pictures of my concert. And on and on. So, as you can guess, viral effect, right? And what happened to them, in 3 days, they went from 80 servers to 3,500 servers in just 3 days. And they only had a credit card. They didn't have a venture capital that invested in them. They didn't have a few millions of dollars in the pockets. Some of you maybe walk with millions of dollars in the pocket. They didn't. They didn't have anything like that. They just had a cloud computing platform, and they used it to scale the business. And they went from 25,000 users on the previous days up to 250,000 users just after 3 days. So 10 times the number of users. If you're doing a startup and you want to scale, it's very important that you prepare for that type of success. Because if you're doing this, doing a startup is very hard. It usually doesn't pay as well as a corporate job or another job or an accountant job, etc. So you're doing it because it's fun, because you want the energy and the thrill of doing it, doing your own business. But at the same time, if it happens, you also want to be successful, and you don't want to be the victim of your own success, at least from an IT perspective. The other thing is that most of the time, when it goes to IT infrastructure, to computers and storage, etc., not only it's very difficult to predict how much capacity you need, and by the way, on Amazon you can scale up or out, and you can scale down as well in minutes. So if you have a spike in traffic, but then after a few days, you're not doing that well, you need to decrease your capacity. You can do so because you pay as you go, which means you will pay less. The other thing is, most of the activities that you do on an IT infrastructure, most of these things are boring tasks. You have to check if your machines are all healthy when you're doing this on a physical infrastructure. Maybe you have to substitute a hard disk drive because it's just broken, etc. All this stuff, it's automated in the cloud. You don't have to worry about disk drive failures, because Amazon will detect that there is a disk drive that is failing, and it will substitute the disk drive automatically for you. These drives are redundant. If one of them fails, the other one is still alive. We put another one live for you, replicate the data, and then you're all set. You will see a decrease in performance because we are copying the data. But other than that, you don't see anything like that. So it's transparent for you. You can auto-scale your machines. You can tell your machines, whatever the traffic is, adapt to the traffic. Whatever the CPU load is, adapt to that CPU load. So it's very easy to have an infrastructure that works by itself. You still need some skill set. You still need to be able to manage these machines or to be a system administrator of these machines. But at the same time, you don't waste the same amount of time that you would in a normal infrastructure, which means you have more time to focus on your business. And then, when you go to the market, and that's very important, most of the time when you launch a startup, you want to get to the market faster than others, right? If you have to wait for the infrastructure to come, it's usually, takes months, which means your idea can get stuck in limbo somehow until you get the infrastructure ready for you. And then there is also another completely different topic, which is called the Lean Startup Movement. How many of you have heard of this? Lean Startup Movement by Eric Ries. Raise your hand very well. I don't see you in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4 people. It's a very interesting concept. Now it's very popular in the US, and it's getting very popular in Asia as well, or in Singapore. Essentially, when you have a startup, what it used to be, you have an idea. I don't know, any one of you here wants to share his idea with me? I wouldn't share it with the world. We'll just keep it in this room, private in this room. Anyone, or just another idea? One business idea that you have. You want to share one? They are so good that you don't want to share them. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I was trying to sneak in, and instead, oh, fantastic. Very good. Okay, let's say that, let's imagine that I have this idea. I want to create a website that helps people travel on weekends, for example. Let's say you have a weekend for free and you say, where can I go this weekend? And this website will check for different options and give you the best deals. Okay, you can say, next weekend I'm in Singapore, but I want to go out. I want to go to a nice beach or something else in Southeast Asia. Tell me which one is the best offer. It will check on multiple websites and then tell you, there is this fantastic offer to go to Bali. And it's only, let's say, $100. And of course, I will monetize on this because I will ask then Expedia, Orbitz, and all the other travel websites to give me a percentage of whatever revenue comes through my site. So if you look on my website and then you say, okay, I want to buy the trip to Bali, you will be redirected to Expedia or whatever, and Expedia will give you, let's say, 10%. Okay, this is my idea. And I designed the website. In the old days, what I would do is I would ask for a VC to invest in my company. I need $500,000, okay? And then I will hire 5 people, 5, 6 people, 3 programmers, 1 marketing guy, 1 PR, and 1 designer, for example. Make them work for 8 months to create a page, website, and then launch. I would buy the infrastructure as well, maybe $50,000 of servers and storage and backups. And then on launch day, I will be there crossing my fingers. Hopefully everything will go well. And then I launch, and maybe I discover that I didn't do any advertising. Nobody visits the website. I'm there sitting, waiting for people to come. Or maybe I have so many people because it's a cool idea and things goes viral. And I just bought 5 servers. Now, most people are trying to get to the website and they see page not found or timeout. Because 5 servers are not enough to serve all the Singaporeans that want to go out on weekends. Or maybe all the people in Southeast Asia.